Hi, I'm Erica, Chief Power Officer and founder of Confident Career Woman. And today I'd like to talk to you briefly about how women self diagnose imposter syndrome incorrectly. Oftentimes, what happens with my coaching clients is they will assume a new role, they're excited about the opportunity, and then they will book a coaching session with me to talk about how to tackle the problem that they're having with imposter syndrome. More often than not, they are not suffering from imposter syndrome. They are actually in a different stage as it relates to this new seat that they are occupying. And they're comparing it to their former role where they were functioning as a subject matter expert. So, this is what I mean. Anytime you occupy a new seat, there are some things that you do not know. It doesn't matter what your background is. You are now in a phase or a stage that's called learning. You cannot function independently as of yet because you need to maybe connect with some of your colleagues so that you will know who you need to partner with in order for you to succeed in this new seat. You may need to identify some resources and procedures. So you can't function independently because you have to learn what is required in order for you to be successful in this new seat. You also have to understand what the expectations are in terms of how you will become successful in this new role. Here's what happens there is a disconnect between the job posting, your performance evaluation, and your leader's expectations. So you have all of these things that have changed for you coming from a previous season in a role where you knew everything to maybe feeling as though you don't know as much in this new seat. It may not be, and more often than not, is not imposter syndrome. It is simply a stage change. You are learning. You'll be back to subject matter expertise soon enough, but give yourself the space and grace to acknowledge that there are some things that you need to learn before you can accelerate and advance in this role. When I mentioned that, yes, there is a disconnect between the job posting, the leader expectations, and your performance evaluation, you want to make sure that in your new seat, that sooner than later, you understand what those variances are. You want to know as soon as possible what your leader expects of you and what that performance evaluation states so that you can create a plan and a strategy to not just perform, meet those performance expectations, but to also meet the needs that your leader has expressed. So here's what I recommend a 30, 60, 90-day strategy. Once you've met with your leader to better understand what it is that's required from a performance perspective, you can now create a brief strategy. And it could be a matter of 2 to 3 bullets under this is what I need to accomplish within 30 days. This is what I need to accomplish within 60 days. This is what I need to accomplish within 90 days. Align that with the priorities that you have specified for performance and continue to tweak that document over time. When you get to that 30-day mark, assess whether or not you're on the right track. If not, create some new bullets, continue to move into the 60-day mark, continue to move into the 90-day mark. Within your first 3 months, you should have a level of clarity around how you're performing, what you're doing well, and what you need to change. So, again, there are so many instances. I just had to come on and help you out because I've helped so many clients with this where they have said, I have imposter syndrome. And that's not actually the case. They are just in a different stage because they've changed seats. I tackled this imposter syndrome as well as the invisible woman syndrome in my micromanager career club. So if you are not a member of that club, I invite you to join us when enrollment opens. You can visit confidentcareerwoman.com to learn more about the micromanager club. And if you are someone who is suffering from imposter syndrome and you are in a new role, check to make sure that you are either A, definitely suffering from imposter syndrome, or that you have just not recognized that you have changed seats and that stage has changed for you, meaning you are now in a learning phase. Until next time, play bigger and make power moves.